Today is October the 23rd, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show that shares inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today we actually have a double whammy, if you will, two inspiring people with us. However, we are inspired by, and I was just sharing that I am inspired by Heide Har how do I say your last name correctly?
Dangelo.
D'Angelo. Okay. I just want to say it correctly and not do what I can sometimes do with names, guys. I'm so sorry. You know me. However, the woman with the name Heidi is a woman that has a story that I know today on Friday, going into the weekend, TGIF, that we're all going to be so excited about. However, before that, yesterday was an important day for this woman. And so we want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and many, many more. I would break out into a song, but I don't think that that's something you really want. However, I wanted to recognize this because of the fact that when you and I were visiting, you said, "Oh, I'll remember that day because it's the day after my birthday." So happy birthday to you. So what did you do yesterday for your birthday? Anything special?
The night that we went to lunch with one of my friends, we became friends since we were looking for a wedding ring. And then we became friends. She wanted me to help her design her website. So I said, okay, let's meet for lunch. And her day off is Thursday. And I told her, well, my birthday, at the same time. And then afterwards, then we were able to relax a little bit. Then I got a chance to celebrate my birthday with my oldest daughter. And my youngest daughter, she lives in Colorado. So I was still able to celebrate with all my kids. My son is a truck driver. He'll celebrate my birthday when he comes back. So it was a nice, relaxing day. Something new and different. We went to a restaurant, a Korean
grill.
Oh,
and it was kind of neat because it had the grill in the middle of the table where you could actually cook your food, and they give us a raw one and put it in there. It was just so new and different for me.
how fun. Good job.
Yeah.
Tim.
That's fun.
I want to recognize our buddies and those that are supporters of the show that are coming. We have Helene Wilson, and she is what we call the first ambassador of the chat for our nonprofit, for the buddies, and she is welcoming us all. We have one of our volunteers for our big event coming up, the Tour of Love, Sherry McQueen. So glad you're here with us. And you'll see them visiting with each other, because like I told you, it's a little bit more of a party sometimes than a show, and especially it's TGIF today, so we enjoy ourselves. And we have one of our producers, Carol Brown Bettersons, also one of our senior ambassadors, and she is letting us know that we are live. And there is a bit of an echo. I know we do have a bit of an echo. I think because we've got two here, and so and you guys are going to all understand here soon too. So we'll be okay with it. We'll go with it. And thank you for that. And remember, everybody, make sure you have the E360 TV app on your phone, because that's going to be a big thing coming up here soon for the Tour of Love. And Helena's saying happy birthday to you. And so I want to say that I had told Heidi that I had been following her for a while, However, I didn't quite understand her whole story until I really read through the bio that she sent me. And I want to start off with a video that you did not long ago. And we'll be back because I think it's going to explain a little bit, at least maybe. We'll be right back after this.
Oh. Wow, she thought that video, it was good, but I forgot to put closed caption in it.
That's okay, because what I felt when I found that video and when I watched you, and I did read that you were going to go back, and yet I didn't find that, and I thought it was okay, because what I felt from that, and then learning your story, I felt like, wow, that is beautiful. Even though I didn't understand the words you were speaking, I felt the words you were sharing, and I was inspired. And you were sharing it because you when you were born, was it when you were born or when you were a child, you were legally declared deaf, correct?
Yes, I was born deaf, but they never found out I was deaf till I was 5 years old. So it's like I always imitated my parents, and I'm what you call high intuition. So I could understand what they were saying. I relied on that intuition. I knew what they were saying, but one day they were calling me Heidi. I'm busy playing my toy.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. So they took me to the doctor, and they found out that I had red dots in my eye, and they noticed I couldn't hear. And it was a result. My mom and friend had rubella, and my mom was around her, and I became deaf. Inside my mom's stomach, I somehow got sick, and then I was born deaf. But a lot of children, when they're born as a result of rubella, they become deaf, can't taste, can't smell, can't see, kidney problem, heart problem. With me, I've been blessed. Mild kidney disease, mild heart problem, and but deaf, I can speak, I can see, I can smell. So I'm still blessed. And my parents, when I grew up, they wanted me as a hearing child, so they put me in public school. So I believe that I was the first deaf into what they call mainstream. They combined deaf and hearing into a public school. And of course, I was abused badly in elementary school because so many kids see me, I was different from them. They wanted to mainstream the deaf people with the hearing because so we get the same kind of education. Because a lot of deaf people in the deaf world, when they go to a deaf school, their education is lower. So that's why my parents want me to be at the same level with everybody to speak and hear. I've been through a lot of speech therapy and hearing therapy, hearing my own voice and how to talk in the real world and all that. And I'm thankful my teacher, Mrs. Bennett, she just recently died a few months ago. And she's the one who actually taught me how to read and speak and everything, even without the reality of life, like how to do math and everything. So I'm really thankful for her. And now I'm thankful I have a wonderful husband.
Me too. In fact, I'm going to share because I remember seeing the pictures and everything because I was following you even then, and so is it this November is the first year or
Yep.
first year anniversary? So November the 2nd, you have a new one, your first anniversary coming up here soon. What is that, paper or something like they say? So what a beautiful, beautiful day. And I remember seeing the pictures and thinking, I just remember being happy for you. And I could see the joy in both of your faces. And when, because I geek out on that kind of stuff. I really do. I love it. It's like, oh yes, love story, and and like, yay, and everybody wants those feel good stories, and that's what that is. And stories are a big thing to you, right?
Yeah.
Very big. And I want to recognize that we have those that I love it when they're talking to each other. I really do. And yes, we do want people to download the app. And then there are, Helene is saying, I understand, Heidi, for I have a brother who is deaf.
Oh, wow. That's good. And I teach people how to sign. Another thing I also like teaching people when they're older, like when they're senior year, they should learn how to sign now. Because when you get older, you lose your hearing and you're going to have communication problems like the husband. I remember I was teaching the class and the husband said, well, I said on the 5th. And the wife said, no, I said the 5th. And he said, no, you said the 5th. I said, no, honey, I said the 5th. I said, see, exactly, that's the problem. If you sign 5th, that's the spring time 5th. They know the difference. That way you have more better communication probably. You don't have argument. And a lot of people, when they get older, they lose their hearing. They get more depressed and more grumpy because you can't hear like you used to. But when you learn sign now, when you lose your hearing, you feel more at peace. And huge difference. And I don't know, did you see a video of me and him? I sign and he sings. And,
No.
Yeah.
And looks like I have a hand ballet.
Yeah.
When that he sings really good. I love his singing.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. We just may have a second part to this, where we're like switch the roles here, and I do want to say, wow, as you're talking now, I'm understanding, and you're intuitive because you're also, I love this business intuitive, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, and that makes even much more sense. However, I'm now realizing possibly why that attraction, why I was so inspired, because I myself had to go through 8 years of speech therapy because my mouth wasn't formed right. That's the reason why. And then now my dad is virtually deaf, and he cannot understand me. He can't hear my voice, the tonality of my voice. And so I had to have someone else kind of like interpret for me, or write, and he's not much of a communicator through writing. And so he can't have those grumpy days. And, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. However, it's like, I'm thinking, yes, that makes a lot of sense in regards to teaching our seniors. Now, you also have angels helping seniors, right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to go into that in a minute. However, I'm going to give up the jig. The jig is up, guys. We're gonna let everybody know what it is that this woman is really all about. And I'm going to start with this right here. you are the founder and the CEO of publishing, and you have many magazines, and you're a publisher and very well known magazines that many of us have friends that are either contributors or we ourselves are big fans of your magazines. And guys, you're meeting the creator, the founder, the CEO of the Influential People magazines. And not only does she have the Influential People magazines, of which I remember this particular issue coming out. I mean, it was just everybody, I think, was just so excited about it because of the buzz of, the Wishman movie and everything, and Frank Shankwitz, one of our dear, dear favorites, I know. And then I saw that you're also Carl Wilson, of course, and he's got a fond place in my heart because he keeps giving me all sorts of beautiful awards, of which he does so many people, with through All Women Rock and stuff. You also have the Fitness Fashion magazine, and then you're also doing ones for Human Communication Institute, doctors, and so many more.
Went to Doctor magazine.
Yeah, the Doctor magazine. Yeah, wow. You on your bio, it says that you're a business intuitive. I really would love to explore that because when you think about the magazines, and I can say I'm a huge fan because I love the way they're always beautiful. They've got great information. They flow. There's just something about the look, the feel, the content, and those that you choose to be in and on the cover and to be in contributors. So it's always such a good balance too, and great information. Is that part of your gift as an intuitive? I'd love to hear how this all started.
Okay, at first, I started with owning my own cleaning business, and that became my $1 million business. And it was my heart and soul because I let God to control the business. He was my business owner. He taught me everything about how to run a business, and he helped me be successful. Then I retired from it, and then I was still doing a lot of speaking from 2006, 2014. So I semi-retired from speaking. So now that my friend keeps pushing me, then I used to work for both Cosmopolitan, Fashion Faces magazine, many more different other magazine companies. So I have a lot of experience in that field, and I have experience in the fitness field. Why not I start my own magazine? I'm not scared at first because me that good because I love my style, my design, and everything what I do. And my friend, she kind of, I would say, kicked me in the butt. And she gave me my first client to be on my cover, and everything from there, it grew. The first month that I launched that magazine, Influential People magazine, it grew like over 5K in one day of viewers. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't count on that. Then I said, well, what about International Fitness Fashion magazine? So I started about 1 month later. That grew too. And how I did it was that all these years I was speaking and I had clients from my cleaning business. So I used that. If I showed them my magazine, that's how it grew. Then my Influential People magazine started growing bigger. And I started getting more doctors requesting want to be on it. And I'm like, oh my, it better separate because I want to give entrepreneurs their chance. Now I can give the doctor field and medical field their own chance in their own magazine. That's how I end up having three. But now people are begging me when I start my own TV show.
Right. And Carol is saying, thank you, Heidi, for your love and service for others. And that, Carol, you hit the nail on the head right there. It is truly, and we were talking about the love before we went on. We were playing with our hands, even doing with the hug, the love. And you nailed it, Carol, because when we were talking about it, it's all about bringing the heart and the love into what it is that we're doing. And that's exactly love and service. That's why Service Hero, right? Seriously. I mean, and I'm just thrilled that you're here. And so we can highlight this. You've teamed with a lot of the people that you've had on the covers and the contributors are a lot of my friends, and yes, the speaking world and such. And your magazine, may I say, is one of the only ones that I have seen that has that look and feel of that it was produced in the high rise in New York or, London or somewhere at that level. And yet you're doing it digital, right? You're combining it all together. You don't have the little people like you see that movie, like not what is it? The one where I don't even remember the name of it right now, but it's about the publishing world and everything, and they're there looking at the pictures and and they're having the photo shoots and everything, and you see that whole feel, that look and feel, and oh, Devil Wears Prada, that one, yeah, right, and you've been able to accomplish something that I don't know many people really get unless they go and look, because you've been able to accomplish the look and feel of that type of a magazine, yet it has heart and it doesn't have a devil wearing Prada. Right?
Even another one here about remember that Angel Helping Senior
Yes.
nonprofit organization. How I got started with, because remember I told you about had my cleaning business.
Yes.
So what I did was that the extra money I put aside with my cleaning business, I used to hire my maid and go clean senior homes, because they would call back in, I need some help for my house and clean them out. I don't have enough money. My money's limited and all that. So I started helping them, and they don't have to pay anything. So after I retired my cleaning business, I felt so bad. There's so many seniors out there. They're physically challenged and they're chronically ill or they have no income. They still don't have the money to clean their home. And I really wanted to start this nonprofit organization. So I'm starting it still on the ground level. So I'm wanting to help get more donations. That way we could hire cleaning company, and we could pay the cleaning company to go clean the senior's home. So I'm still working on the process of how the legality would work. Like if we get sponsors, then we could help to have them featured on Influential People magazine, because they are influential, but know how the nonprofit and the profit world, we have to get the legal system, wherever that is. I'm still working on that.
And well, and you're talking my language, because that's what we have right now is the tour of love that's coming up, just because a lot of the people that watch this show are my buddies. When I talk about the ambassadors and such, they're from my nonprofit that is supporting those people that are affected by cancer. And so there are, and I want to shout out, I never was able to utilize any of them, but there are those cleaning companies that do actually help those that are going through treatment. And then the fact that you're doing this for seniors, I absolutely, Angels Helping Seniors, I absolutely love it. And what a beautiful marriage also between Influential magazine and the fact that you have the nonprofit you're putting together, because of the fact that, cause marketing, number one, when you have a cause that you can attach to your business, then that's always, they say, especially our millennials, thank you millennials, and those, because you guys have heart when it is you make your buying decisions, and we love that, and I want to commend you for it. And so, when did you start your nonprofit, or where is it at in the evolution right now?
Okay, right now it's like I'm using another company with the nonprofit, no tax ID and all that until we get all this like know how I forgot what it's called D and D.
Oh, it's a 501c3.
Yeah.
I know a lot about that. Yeah. 501c3. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
while I'm getting that in, I'm using the other company and then I'm raising money for it. So once I raise money, then I could start helping. I want to get it to right now. I'm first focused nationwide, all over the United States, maybe in future around the world. It takes one step at a time, but they told me I need to focus one area first. That's where I'm at in Arizona. Then spread out to California and other states. But right now the money is not there. I'm getting so many senior requests. I need help. I need help. I feel so overwhelmed. I'm working on increasing my income so I can be able to get there. And trying to create a balance. That's what I'm still working on.
I understand that one. And may I say that when I was starting the nonprofit myself that we have, because we are global and we do have a different model in that you do need the, if you will, brick and mortar, because you need the people and be able to go out to the actual physical location. And so there is a bit of a geographic situation with us. We're more in the digital realm where we support people that are affected by cancer throughout the world. Because there wasn't anything like what we have built, and it was needed. And you are supplying something that is needed. And the thing about it that I think is so absolutely brilliant, and again, the business intuitive within you, is that right now, more than ever, I can only imagine a lot of these seniors not only need someone to come and clean their house, is that person coming to the door, that person being in the home, that person being around them could make a huge difference in lifting their spirits also, right?
Yeah. I know so many seniors. It's like, I don't know, God has placed them in front of me. I see many seniors and they tell me their story. So I want to help them, but not enough money yet.
Right.
And I retired from cleaning because since the car accident, I hurt my hip. So I can't do as much as I used to. But now I have my magazine company. It's taking more of my time that I don't have. So that's why I'd rather help raise money. Then we could start sending out people. I hiring a cleaning company to do it, and I have a friend that she's helping me. Like she's been experienced in nonprofit field. She's been administrative and all that, so she's teaching me a lot of stuff about that organization, about how you need to hire your own board director and who's going to be the administrator and everything. I'm like, wow, can you take care of that for me so I can focus on my main thing? So I can help more people. Kind of,
Right.
it's like a complete circle. It's the same way with us. It's like when we first met, we didn't want any relationship. And it just somehow it flowed. And we started finding out how we're so much alike. Like, example, the doctor was looking at X-ray and looking at us. I said, what's wrong? And he said, both of our neck infused about the same. Then we have a pinched nerve on the same side. And then we do like the same thing, and like with our drink, I would put that much on juice, and more water. He does the same thing. So it turns out we're like twin souls and we're like soulmates. So that's why then he said you were talking to God that you wanted a woman that who could sing.
Yeah, because I like to sing, and I wanted to do specials at church, and that I was trying to bargain with God and saying, if you do bring somebody into my life, I want somebody I can sing with. Well, he knew what he was doing, but I didn't. I had my idea of what it was going to be like, but then he brought Heidi into my life, and now I have a woman who sings with me, except she does it with her hands.
Right.
Neat.
Okay, we didn't pre-plan this, but have you ever thought of doing like an impromptu, like a little something that you guys feel comfortable and you might want to share with us? Because I know we would love to see that.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's me too. Because not how we met.
No,
I was thinking maybe
she's
like
thinking about a song.
like if there was a song that you guys feel comfortable, it's even a few stanzas or something,
Yeah.
lines. It would just be wonderful because that right there goes along with the love story. That right there is so inspiring, and this is that show. And if you don't want to, don't worry. I don't like to put people on the spot. It's just all of a sudden. Is it something that you'd be open to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm looking right now, really quick.
Awesome.
My favorite song is called "Remember by Coping Math." It's kind of interesting. He has the same birthday as me. So his song is called "You Got Everything." And when he comes on the radio, he got everything. Everything all day. They're kind of good, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love it.
The word to that, but it's another song that I don't know which one you like.
This one right here. We'll just do.
You can play the music too.
Well, I don't have the music to it. It's on the computer, but we can just kind of do it a cappella.
That's fine. I'm actually going to take myself down from the line and give you guys the full screen for a few more.
Oh boy.
Okay. I knew it with music.
Yeah, I don't have the music with me. It's okay.
Yeah, but I thought you have lyric with music.
That's okay. We'll just do this. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what the scar. It doesn't matter what the sin. It doesn't matter how you fell. Somewhere along the way, there is healing for your life today. There's a river that flows from the fountain of God, and it heals everything along the way. I have tasted and know that for every broken heart, there is healing in Jesus' name. Okay, there's one verse.
That's beautiful. And oh my goodness, I love it because between all of the senses, my knees are going off. That always means that it meant something to me, and I know to so many others, that when you can feel, again, it's that feeling, you're hearing, you're feeling, and then to see the emotions coming. How beautiful of a duet that was. Thank you. I feel like we just got a birthday present for your birthday, Heidi.
One thing that when Heidi was talking about things that the seniors have given her input, concerning their needs. One in particular, I remember she was talking. She has received aid, through government programs, but what happens is a lot of times with a husband and wife, one will be eligible, the other one is not eligible. And when the cleaning people come in, they can wash her clothes, but not his clothes. They can do her dishes, but not his dishes. They can, as far as cleaning the house, they can clean certain things that have to do with her, but not things that have to do with him. And so the government programs are limited, only to the person who qualifies for that program. And what Heidi's idea is she wants it to be all inclusive for the household.
How?
Fun too, because then she showed me some pointers about this. I see a lot of pros of it, but now she said there's some con to it. It was because of that division. And there was another one is like, okay, you have to be sure a cleaning company are nicely about it, because what if something happens with the senior? So that's why I have to make sure I find which cleaning company are good. And sometimes I have no fear, because with me, when I have my cleaning business, I hire the best people who are like clone of me. Now, how can we find a clone like me with my heart who wants to help the senior, and where there's not a other, how they not can take advantage of seniors? So I want to make sure I find a good cleaning company that I can pick, and they really have the heart, and they hire the right kind of people that has the heart too.
What area? Where are you again? You're in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm in Arizona.
What
My
area?
business nationwide international. My magazine is international.
Yeah, we're in Phoenix.
Okay, you are in Phoenix. Okay, when we're offline, I do know someone that's involved in cleaning in that area, and if who knows, there might be a connection, there may be a 1 degree of separation. However, it's good to get to, you may know the person, you may not. However, that's the way this works, right? And that's part of what your mission and message is with the magazine. The way that you've got it laid out is how we can be influential, and how the people that are the contributors that are sharing. I one of the coaches I won with the Next Impactor is one of the contributors that has even been on your the cover, Melissa Hall,
Yeah.
and I look at all of them, and again, it is that message that who do you know? How can you help? How can we all help each other? And I think that really is the love that comes from you, Heidi.
Yeah.
I really do. I want to say that, and that's one of the real reasons I also really wanted, because we've had to kind of like reshift and change dates and such to have you on the show, because I have wanted to honor you, and now the two of you, because the I noticed when we were preparing to go live that the two of you were signing. Now, Jim, did you know how to sign before you met Heidi?
No, and I don't know nearly as much as I should right now. So I know a little bit of sign. So
And how
she does such a good job of reading lips, and then she can hear. She has a cochlear implant on her left ear, and hearing aid on her right ear, and so she does pick up some voice, and so it's she's used to talking to me rather than doing sign language, and so I know a little bit of, yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's when she had her surgery. And
when I was reading about it, you were saying that your ear, the hearing aids that you had before had, I guess, gone down or something, and that you were having this surgery, and that you were looking forward to being able to hear again. Can you explain for the people like myself that really don't understand this world yet we want to, what it is that they're able to do through surgery to help someone that is possibly not hearing to then have some type of hearing?
oh, what they do, it's a cochlear implant, and so what they do is they have a device that's like a receiver. It receives the sound, and then there's electrodes that actually go into the cochlea, which is in the inner ear. And these electrodes, each electrode has a range of frequency. And what they can do is through a computer program. See, this is her transmitter, and then her receiver is actually underneath her skin. It's like it's a magnet. It's a little disc that's magnetized, and
so
what it does is it transfers, it electronically transfers the sound directly into her inner ear. So it doesn't even go through the ear canal. So she has to learn how to hear differently than what we normally would hear, like, and because the sounds go through in a different manner. They're electronically synthesized.
It's kind of like for hearing aid. Hearing aid is like normal hearing people. You can hear everything, but it amplifies the sound. That's what hearing aid does. But the implant is different. It's energy based. So when it picks up the sound, I have to figure out, okay, this sound is that the air. And yesterday it was so neat, interesting. We were eating lunch. I could hear. I said, wait a minute, that's the birds are arguing over food. And I could hear that, but I had to figure out that was the bird sound. And when I first got my implant, it sounds like a mechanical sound, almost like Donald Duck. Kind of like that. I'm like, oh, I'm being patient. And so they had to keep adjusting it until finally I could hear. I said, my main goal, I want to hear voices. I want to hear on the phone. I want to be able to hear music. And I want to hear voice in the music. And plus, I wanted one time a chance finally could hear underwater. So
right, it's waterproof is what you were saying, right?
Yeah, no different, but I haven't tried that yet because they said I'll have to put my implant into a plastic bag. And then it's magnet. Like how I showed you, if magnet sticks to my hand, I can put plastic bag that I can go underwater. I haven't tried it yet. But I'm just curious because so many years I never could hear underwater because I always had to take my hearing aid off. And when I was brought up, I got my first hearing aid when I think I'm 5. But I had to train myself to hear what sounds were. And nobody knew I was deaf because I could hear like normal people. Until after I had my third child, my hearing, each time I had a kid, my hearing dropped. And then I worked on 3 jobs, with 1 job was overtime. I was not getting enough sleep. My health was starting going down. My hearing just shut down. Couldn't hear anything for 1 year. So all of a sudden it came back, but this year it didn't come back totally. So I want to get a Cochlear implant on that ear, even though I could hear on this ear really good like normal people. So now I'm able to hear with both ears, hear the same, but it's kind of interesting. All the sounds I haven't heard. Yeah, I can hear high pitched sound. It's kind of loud. And it's interesting, all the sound I used to hear, I missed it. But it's funny now, before my Cochlear implant, he could fart. Now I can hear it. Oh, I heard that.
I love it. You can view. You know, 1 year, remember, 1 year, and then there'll be a second one. I love it. I love it because you guys are so cute and real, and we need this more than ever. We need to have these discussions more than ever. I mean, yes, my goodness, you built a cleaning business that was failing and took it around, turned it around, made it $1 million thing, and then you retired, and then you took your magic and you've done other things. You are helping to build a nonprofit that is going to be helping seniors. But let me just say this right now. The fact that you just said that the fact that you got an implant that now you can hear your husband fart, I think right there, that is the thing that is the best about today's show, honoring the two of you, because that's real love. That's real love. When you can be yourself Really. I mean, and it's adorable, adorable. And and you said it with such sweetness. It just like because it shows your soul, Heidi. Heidi, you're beautiful, beautiful, inspiring soul. And you too, Jim. Now that I'm getting to know you, you too. And the two of you, the fact that you found each other, and I love the fact, oh yeah, we were just going to be friends.
Yeah. The guy was laughing.
Yeah.
Like, I have a sense of humor, and you're going to too. And you know what's really funny is the nonprofit that I have. Again, you know, we joke because we have poop humor, because a lot of times when you're going through you know, chemotherapy and that kind of stuff, you have all sorts of different side effects. And so it's like, oh yeah, we believe in humor, a lot of it. And we a lot of it, and we laugh a lot. And yeah, you know, you make me laugh out loud. Yeah, we always finding a way to make it lighter, and we need to more than ever right now. So what is 2020? We're in the fourth quarter. You're a business woman, and we know that your goal is to be able to build your businesses, and so you can fund your nonprofit. This beautiful concept of helping the seniors and those that are having those issues to be able to take care and have their whole house clean, not just a part of it, you know. And what is it that 2021 has in store besides your nonprofit, of course, and a second anniversary? Um, do you have other specialty magazines that you're considering, or the TV show? What is that possibly about? Let's go there for a moment. Wink, wink. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. What you thinking?
Because many of my friends, they all are pushing me. They want me to start what they call influential people.
I love
Influential
you. I
people
just
TV
love
show.
you. I didn't quite catch it. I'm gonna have to catch that and replay, because whatever
Yeah.
you said.
The
Okay,
influential
so
people TV show.
a parental,
No,
what is it?
People.
influential people
Oh
TV show.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like similar. I'm gonna interview a lot of people who are influential people around the world, because there's so many invisible heroes, transitional heroes, and many different types of heroes.
Mhm.
And I want people to interview them, because showing that no, these invisible heroes are helping other people to getting to where they need to be, because there's so many negativity in this world. I want to plant that seed of positivity. When you plant that seed can grow. So that's where we need to get all these people out and show they can do it too. And helping others, it's like a complete circle. That's like it's the same way, you know, how it's like finding your soulmate and how to love yourself. It's like a lot of people can find out and figure out how to love yourself. So you have to find what you love, what you like doing. And then how I like doing that, finding in him. That I'm like, wait a minute, that's something I love myself because I find it in him. So I'm loving him, the same cycle. I'm loving God more, and I'm loving people more. So it comes to a full circle. So it's the same way with the Influential People TV show. When I interview people, we're going to help these people in their recovery cycle.
That's
I pray
right.
I made sense of it.
I love it. We need more of these type of shows. I mean, that's exactly it, you know, service heroes. We're highlighting and honoring, and in a fun way. Hopefully, you're having fun. That you are out there and you are inspiring others to then your story is inspiring, so you are you're igniting that flame inside for those to say, if Heidi can do it, I can too.
Yeah.
If Jim can impromptu sing right there, and I can too. And okay, I know they're going to say, why didn't you ask this question? So I've got to. Where did the two of you meet?
Oh wow, kind of
Well,
interesting.
it was funny because the first time we didn't actually meet face to face. We were both at a networking event, and the way the networking event was structured is the guy, a lot of times you go to a networking event, people are handing out cards and everything, but then nobody ever calls each other. Well, this guy had an idea. He built what's called beehive networking, and what it was is he set chairs up in circles. He called those hives. And so we would just go in and sit in one of the random hives. And then after we were all in there, the way that he would have us.
Queen bee and worker bee.
Yeah, one of us would be a queen bee. Like me, for example, what I was looking for small businesses with 10 employees or less. And so my worker bee would go to the other hives and he would ask, do you or somebody you know have a small business with 10 employees or smaller or fewer? And so he would collect business cards from people. Well, I ended up getting Heidi's business card. And so she,
all within that week.
yeah. And then what my responsibility was to do, and each queen bee to do, would be to call back that person or the stack of cards, call them back within 48 hours. Okay. And so I got a hold of Heidi, and one thing I noticed is she wrote a book. I don't know if you're familiar with her book that she wrote years ago, Statements of Power. And I saw it, and I decided
I didn't get the image, but I was aware of the fact that she did.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I ordered her book, and then she can take it from here. When she was going to autograph the book for me, but go ahead.
And because I saw he ordered it, so I'm getting ready to sign it. But it seemed like God's voice said, ask him if he wants me to sign it and mail it, or should I meet in person and sign it? I called him that day and said, well, I know you ordered my book. Want me to sign in person? He said, yeah, in person. So we finally met. And I had a short window because I was teaching a law of attraction group for the deaf. And then I met him really short and signed it. We became second friend. Okay, we stay in touch. And then that thing, we started finding out we're the same. Like we would go to other networking events. He's there, and we were doing the thing like core strength. We wanted to learn more about leadership. We wanted to learn more about ourselves. And I was working on myself because I didn't have much confidence. I wanted to build myself. And he was going through the same thing too. So we end up being same place almost all the time. Yeah. And just like with the business card, he told me he asked me if I had a small business. And I said, yes, I do. And he shared with me he does prepaid legal. That's what it's called back then. And I thought, I do it too. It's like, we're fighting.
And juice in the water is what I was thinking. That's what I was doing here. A little bit of juice, a lot of water. So
right. Yeah, because we were what attracted us, I think, to each other was like what she said is we wanted to work on ourselves. We wanted to make ourselves, each one of us was focused on being a better me, because how could we be of any use to anybody else if we weren't improving ourselves? And yeah. And so, we kind of grew together because we started going to some of the same events together, that added to our growth.
You can't know how people they have a life pattern. Right. You have to be able to break that pattern. So that's why I said, wait a minute, I'm attracting the same pattern because I was abused most of my life by my own mom and even the kids and my whole environment. That was my old world being abused. I wanted out of that. Why was I attracting the that same man I married my mom. And that's my first ex-husband. And I'm like, I need to get out. I need to work on me. I don't want that chain anymore. So that's why I started working on myself, and that's how he was working on himself, because there's no way we want any relationship because of that chain. We keep attracting the same thing over and over.
That makes sense.
Well,
I am so thrilled as we start to close this up. I am so thrilled that you two found each other, and that thank you, Jim, for coming on today as we honor your beautiful bride, and we're able to say happy birthday yesterday and a very early, not too early, only a few days, happy first anniversary to the two of you, and may you have many, many more. And absolutely, I want to say the Angels Helping Seniors. What a beautiful, beautiful concept. And I am going to be looking forward to saying, yes, it's up. You got the 501c3. Yes, way to go. Now you're there and in here and everywhere, because we need this. We need more people that feel that spark, that feel that calling to serve others with their hearts and with their abilities, because it's the follow through that makes it happen. So it has to be the combo. And you are definitely doing it. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, both of you, for being the service heroes that you are and being here on the TGIF version of the service heroes, because you know what? It was fun. It was fun. And we were entertained too. So thank you. You gave a gift to all of us today. I appreciate that. And as we close, remember, be safe this weekend. And then Monday, we will have another show at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern. And until then, make it a great
day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome. So now we get